called Bodies in Irreversible Detriment, which is kind of a mouthful. It was written and directed by Ben Lazarus, and it was for his student thesis project, actually, for SBA. And it was such an amazing shoot. Everyone in the cast and crew was so insanely talented, and everybody got along so well, which is like, it's not super rare, but it was kind of ridiculous how like well everyone's energy kind of like matched each other's. I also got to act alongside David Johansen and Mark Margolis, which was pretty retardedly insane and awesome. But the story itself was just so cool. It's very quirky and offbeat. It was a really, really interesting character for me to work on. The film focuses on this young man, Horatio. He goes by Dio, actually. And Jason Shelton, the actor that played him, also very talented. But his character he has this really, really rare condition called body integrity identity disorder, which is a disorder where people who have it, they want to amputate a particular part of their body in order to make themselves feel whole. And he ends up joining a group for people who have this affliction, where he meets me, and I, of course, have the same thing, too. And, we end up finding, a connection with one another and eventually love, you could say. And we're kind of, I don't know, we kind of help each other deal, I guess, with life. But I absolutely loved my character. She's really dark and quirky and blunt, and what's cool about her is that at first she comes across as like super tough and confident, but then you actually come to find that she's incredibly vulnerable, and it's just this guard that she has up to protect herself and hide her path. She's a really, really difficult path, but it was an amazing experience. Yeah.
Can I interject really quickly to ask you a question?
Yeah, absolutely.
I was listening to this, and I'm thinking, wow, that's pretty drastic. I mean, wanting to get rid of like one of your like arms or legs, if you just don't identify. So can you tell us a little bit more about this disorder that you said, body integrity identity disorder?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I'm going to call it BIID for short, so I'm not like stumbling over my words every time I like say the name of it. But yeah, no, it was incredibly. I didn't even know that this was an actual thing until I started researching for the role. Like I thought when I first read, the kind of basic summary of the film when I was auditioning, I thought it was something that the director made up. I didn't know it was real, and then I started researching it, and it's basically people who have this, for some reason, their brain's image of the map of their body doesn't include, whatever part it is that they don't want, whatever body part it. So it feels foreign to them because their brain didn't incorporate that hand or that leg or whatever. It can be any part. I think the most common thing has been like legs just above the knee or something I read. But I found this awesome website. It's like the most comprehensive one out there, and it was really, really interesting. I found all this stuff so fascinating. I ended up finding that this disorder, it's often compared to like to gender identity disorder. Like where people feel that their body is the wrong gender because it has a similarity of a person's perception of themselves not matching their actual physical body. So I feel like kind of that idea helped me get clear on what it would be like to suffer from this condition, because obviously, I'm much more familiar with that. That's a very common thing these days. But I don't know, the sad thing is, with people with this condition, the condition is still so like newly discovered, and the actual like origin of it, it's still pretty much unknown, that there's no current medical procedure that's actually offered to these people, like the way that transsexual people can get they can receive sex reassignment surgery. People with DIID don't have any kind of option for professional surgery, so oftentimes like they end up attempting self amputation, which is of course incredibly dangerous. It was crazy, man. Like I read so many interviews.
Interrupt here, Nicole, but that to me sounds more like a